Hello, Star Seekers. Welcome to the first video in this series of channeled videos, channeled Galactic Federation videos. I should say our, because I already feel so many galactics here from the Federation. Our goal is for these videos to impact you and assist you not only with your ascension, but with your own direct, in-person, physical contact with ETs. And this is happening right now on the planet as I film this. I am filming this on Easter Sunday. The best thing to be doing on Easter, right? Spending this time here with these galactics. This is to me, the most exciting time in human history, ever, bleh. I'm a little bit nervous because this is my first one. This is the most exciting time. Contact is really kicking off, picking up. We're talking in-person contact this year. I know a lot of people talk about, oh, your ET guys or whoever can send you signs and signals and messages. Fuck that, man. We have been waiting. If you're anything like me, we've been waiting for this to happen in person. And this is the year. So I'm going to introduce myself and my work a little bit. I'm going to talk more about what is going to be available in Star Seeker in this tier on Patreon. Do a little, introduction, get all that out of the way, and then we're going to go into our channeling today. This first video is going to be free and open to the public. I hope it can serve as a little bit of intro for what you are going to get and receive in the Star Seeker package. So, a little bit about me. So my name is Lauren Denny. I live in Austin, Texas, and my background is in engineering and project management. However, in the pandemic, I got laid off. I was leaving a horrible relationship. I moved out to Denver and went through my healing journey. I was doing Reiki, I was doing energy healing, I was full-time healing myself, found an incredible therapist who taught me to channel. And I made contact with the Galactic Federation through channeling. So this was all psychic, telepathic. They were helping me a lot with my healing and my process because I was in a really bad place. They're also helping me to start to understand galactics, Earth's ascension to the fifth dimension, and that this is why humanity is making contact right now, is because of our frequency and our vibration is entering into the fifth dimension and matching that frequency. Just think of it as a frequency of these benevolent galactics. So I work directly with Galactic Federation. I know there are a lot of different groups. There's so many different benevolent groups. People have their own soul families. Many different organizations of ETs that are assisting humanity behind the scenes. So this page is going to be specifically working with Galactic Federation, since that's who I work with. Fast forward, I had been channeling them for a while, learning about ETs, galactic stuff. I reconnected with an old friend in 2023. And we approached the Galactic Federation. So she was also psychic and could channel. We approached the Galactic Federation with a project proposal, that she has ranch land, untouched ranch land down here in Austin, Texas. And we offered it forward as a place that the Galactic Federation could use. I think at the time we were saying it could be a landing dock. We really had no clue, a landing dock. And we also offered it as some sort of space to bring in healing technologies, because we were both hearing that Galactic Federation, as part of contact, is bringing in healing technologies to the Earth. So that was 2023. Fast forward, my colleague and I have been working on direct, physical, in-person contact with the Galactic Federation ever since. So I'm also going to be sharing that work. There is a contact system we have been developing with these ETs who you're going to get the chance to meet today. There is a system. Some people are calling it like a CE6, if any of you are familiar with a CE5, a new method or modality of human-initiated contact with ETs. So we've been working on that. We've had numerous contact attempts where we actually, both parties were expecting to have a physical meeting. However, in all this time, we have had one success. Through this system, this modality, my colleague successfully brought through an ET woman in October of 2024. And so this woman portaled in using this system, and my colleague and her had first contact. And this ET woman, her name is Rita, and she's one of the galactics that we are going to be meeting in today's video, and who also is just going to be coming in for channelings, from time to time on this channel. So we are continuing to develop this system. I channel them like almost every day. I also do energy healing. But here I am to share all of this work with you guys. And here, I need a little bit of water. It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of energy. It's like they're helping me to say certain things. Okay, so that's a little bit about me and my work. I'll be sharing more in the Star Seeker tier. So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit more about this Star Seeker tier, and then we'll get into the channeling. So this tier on Patreon, it is for you guys. It is for you guys to have a direct line of communication with these benevolent ETs in the Galactic Federation, and also to have community. So I'm going to share kind of the different aspects of this tier that are going to be available. But to me, I am so excited about these weekly channeled videos where you guys are going to receive messages, and I want you guys to also ask questions. So I'll be figuring out as we go and as this evolves what the best kind of format is for asking questions, if it's question box or if you can just do it underneath the videos. We'll be figuring that out. If you guys have suggestions too, let me know. Is you're going to be able to actually ask questions, and then they will be pooled. And if my higher self and galactics say, yes, let's answer this one, then I will be directly asking them to these ETs. You could ask just a general question. You can ask very specific ones for you. And each week, it's just going to change. So like today, in today's video, we're going to be doing a round robin format with these different ETs. They all work on first contact, direct contact in different ways. They have different areas of specializations. So I'm going to be introducing those ETs. We might do some videos where it's like just one ET for the whole 30 minutes. It might be a Galactic Federation general message. So it's going to evolve, but this is for you guys to have direct communications with these ETs and for them as well. They're so excited to be able to start this communication. So tell your friends, get everybody in here. I want to have a big group. I'm going to have group chats as well for you guys to find other people who are into this that you can talk with. You can ask other people about what they're going through on their journey, right? As shit is really hitting the fan this year in the best way. So I want you guys to feel like you have a community and you have support, because those of you that are here, we're really doing this. We're really excited, and it can be isolating, but there are plenty of us around the world doing this. So I'm going to have group chats. More excitement is that my colleague takes the psychic. She's very good with her psychic seeing, and she has drawn probably at least a dozen of these ETs. I've already posted a couple pictures of Gan-Thra and Rita. She's drawn pictures. So I'm going to be posting these drawings of these ETs, introducing. Even there, you can ask questions. And then as well, I am out in the field doing this contact modality as much as I can. I'm communicating with them every day. My colleague is out in the field too on a daily basis, and we're really expecting contact, like direct contact, to happen anytime, although we learn to be patient. So I will also be sharing in this group the first announcements of when contact happens, what's going on with my work, and a greater look into this system. And I'm waiting to see if people are interested in learning this. Please let me know. We can open that up. And then once I feel like I've gotten into a flow with this and we have a group and community, later on, I'll be adding a tier 3, and that will have live videos where, like, probably once a month, where you guys can interact with the ETs live and ask them questions that way through the channeling. And I am always open to suggestions and feedback. I've never done anything like this before. My goal and intention is that these videos and this group, this community, is valuable to you, that it assists you in your ascension, assists you with your integration. It helps you expand your awareness. It helps you expand what you even thought was possible. It helps you come into your highest timeline, your highest potential. And as I've learned, contact with galactics, who are at these higher vibrations, is about contact with self, contact with higher aspects, higher pieces of self. Okay? Because everything is you, right? Everything is you, energy. So I really want this to assist in humanity's awakening, humanity's ascension, and of course, specifically in regards to direct contact. We're ready to be with our star families. And so I want this to help as many people as possible to reach that vibration and to physically prepare for contact in whatever way that looks like for you. Because I keep hearing it's going to be very different for everyone, for every individual. So, okay, with that, let's segue into channeling. Okay, everybody, so let's go ahead and get into today's video, today's channeling. So I received a question of what is the biggest thing or the most important thing I can do to prepare for contact? And again, I'm not talking about someone sending me a sign or a signal or the stars looking like they're aligned. I'm fucking talking about in-person contact, okay? We are ready for this. Our vibrations are high enough. It's fucking time. So I just want to clarify that. We're talking about direct in-person contact with these galactic beings, galactic people. I'm still not sure yet exactly what word I'm going to use on this channel. There's like a subdivision of galactic, interstellar, ET, so we'll see where this goes. So, question: what is the most important thing I can do to prepare for contact, physical contact? And so today's channeling is going to be a round robin, and we have how many ETs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 7 different beings. I'm not calling them beings. They're people. Okay? They're people. I can see them. Not as clearly as some people can see them, but I can see them. They're people just like you and me. So I'm not going to use the word being. I don't like that. I think it makes them feel weird or woo-woo and etheric. They're people. So we have 7 different people, galactic people. Okay, we're going to figure out the wording. 7 galactics from the Galactic Federation. They all are stationed on, there's a big Galactic Federation ship stationed outside of Earth. I have been working with 6 of them since 2023. And one of them just came in recently in the last few months in a new stage of the project. So they all work with first contact. So that's what makes this group special. This series of channel videos, at least with these galactics at this time, is that they all work with contact in some way, shape, or form. They have different specializations. Some of them have like hundreds of years of experience. Their lifespans are longer than ours. Some of them are relatively new. So I'm going to have each of them do a little introduction and then share what, from their opinion, they think is the most important thing a human can do to get ready for contact. And when I say contact, I mean, I know many of you who are watching are going to be interested in Galactic Federation, but there are so many different benevolent groups. It's contact. It's going to look very different for every individual, what that looks like. I mean, there are inner Earth, there are tons of different star systems and star families. So I don't know who your direct contact is going to be with. However, it could be with ETs in the Galactic Federation. However, these guys are just so awesome, so badass, so benevolent, so helpful, so experienced. And so I'm going to have each of them answer. And you guys are going to start to get a feel for their different kind of personalities and energies. Okay, so let's go. I'm so excited for those of you who are here, who maybe it's your first time hearing a channeling or meeting a galactic. I know a lot of people will do channelings of like collectives or consciousness. These are specific people who are all working directly on my contact project with me. So I'm so excited for you guys to get to meet them and know them. So first up is Gan-Thra. I have a picture, a drawing of him already on my Patreon. I'll link that so you guys can see. He is a first contact specialist. I'm just going to let him introduce himself. I feel like we're starting with Rita, or we're going to do Gan-Thra and then Rita. I would say they are kind of the two ones that have the title of contact specialists. Okay, so first up is Gan-Thra. Okay, so he says hello. I'm also just going to kind of keep an eye on the timing, and they'll do a good job at that too. Okay, so Gan-Thra says hello. So it's funny. So he actually has a smile, which I'll say, guys, is rare for him. This Gan-Thra is one I've been working with since 2023. We've had many attempts at physical contact, which did not come to fruition because vibrations were not right yet. A lot of history. And he is one that, out of all of these, is, I would say, the least emotional, more logical type. And it has caused we've just had to really get to understand one another and know one another to be able to work together harmoniously, as he doesn't have the range and extension of emotions as humans do. And so he usually is just very logical and to the point. But more recently, he'll kind of make a little joke or he'll have a smile. And I've been seeing him more and more have a little smile or just a little glimmer in his eyes because he's excited about what's happening now in all of our work. So I actually see him smiling. Okay. I feel this little because I can feel he hasn't said anything yet, but I can just feel it's this little bit of pressure because he's the first one saying something on my whole channel. So there's this little pressure of has to be something good and impactful. Okay. So he's saying hello, greetings, Earth people. Oh, he put his hand over his heart and he bowed in honor to Earth people, everyone. It's just this, it's starting with this honoring. And so, okay, so he still hasn't said words, but so I'm just feeling the emotion and the message he's sending of how Earth people, so many Earth people, see themselves as less than ETs, less than galactics. Like there can almost be a shame or just like a humans put themselves down. They see themselves in a lower light than galactics do. And I've had to work with this too. I thought they were all just like fucking superstars, magic, amazing. And so I've worked with this too. So he's really honoring and acknowledging humans and wanting us humans to see our goodness, see our greatness, to have respect for ourselves. He still hasn't even answered the question. This is just kind of his introduction, what he wants to communicate. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if we'll get through all 7 in this video today. We'll see. We're just playing this by ear. I want to keep it like 30 minutes, guys. But also, please take your time. If we need to split this into 2 videos, we can absolutely do this. This could be a part 1, part 2. I don't want you guys, ETs, to feel rushed. Okay? So I feel them all now recalibrating what they're going to say because I just gave them that option. Okay, that feels better. Let's do it in 2 parts so that you guys all have plenty of time. So, so today, then we'll do Gan-Thra. Let's do today Gan-Thra. We'll do Cox 2 and Danyu. Okay, guys. Gan-Thra, we'll do Gan-Thra, Cox, and Danyu in today's video. Okay. Sound good to everyone? Good. Okay, so Gan-Thra. Gan-Thra, okay. He says, so now he's starting to speak. He says, I am honored and humbled to be working at this time with humans, with humanity, in an effort to establish direct, in-person contact. I have been proven wrong. He's saying practically dozens of times in my direct contact work with Lauren and her colleague, who she'll be talking about more in videos to come. So I'm seeing all of there's been so many unexpected issues that just keep popping up with Gan-Thra's work and attempt to try to have physical contact. So it's like issue after issue after issue. He's saying Lauren has persevered and is one of the strongest, bravest people that I know. And he's saying, and now, after all of this 2.5 years of work together, we are prepared to share it publicly and to take all that we have collaborated on together and to now share it in a public, open forum for the benefit of Earth people. So it's really, again, it's the benefit of Earth people. So I'm like really picking up there, right? The benefit of Earth people. Okay. So I'm just seeing, so Gan-Thra is a first contact specialist. So I'm just tuning into this and his vibration. He is a first contact specialist, which means he has the job of going to planets or places that have reached the vibration, the frequency, and the readiness where they can then enter into the rest of the cosmos, galactic community, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm seeing there are universal and galactic laws that say when a certain place is ready. It's like universe's law, God's law, and that the ETs follow that. And so he has this job where he goes once a place reaches readiness. He's a very solo kind of worker, although you'll see when you meet some of these other ETs, he doesn't use the word student. Okay, he doesn't like that because it's like a power dynamic of like the teacher is here and the student is here. So he won't use the word student. He would say like my companions. But to me, like they are students and they're learning and assisting. So we'll meet his assistants, students. I don't know what word we'll find a word. But I see he usually goes to a planet or a place solo and does the direct contact work. And it's always very smooth and seamless. And so he has all of this experience, like hundreds of places. And it's interesting. I'm not hearing the word planet, but I'm just hearing places where he's gone and has successfully made contact. Like he's the guy, he knows his shit. And then since he's been working on this project with me and my colleagues since 2023, it's been like nothing works. Nothing works on humans because our vibrations are so complicated. So there was kind of this sense of how humbled he's become of like having to go back to the drawing board. That the things that have worked dozens, 100 times doesn't work on humans. So it's like this, but it's also this challenge. And he loves his work because at least in Federation, they get to come mostly because they love their work. There are other reasons someone might join Galactic Federation, like just fulfilling a certain duty on their planet, or maybe like it's almost like an internship. But all of the ones I'll say that I work with are doing this because they want to be here. They're volunteering and they love the work they do. Okay, so that was Gan-Thra's just kind of introduction to who he is and the work he does. And so now he's going to segue into answering the question before we hand it off to another ET. So Gan-Thra. I guess I'm feeling him also feeling this, don't be scared of me. Okay, so for whoever's watching this, he wants to send that message. Please don't be scared of me. His feeling is, yes, he looks somewhat odd. He knows that. And you can see, again, I'll link the drawing to him. The drawing doesn't even capture quite how odd he is. Although, yes, he is humanoid, but it's also because he's so different, his facial expression and especially his eyes are very different. His plea is like, please don't fear me. Please don't fear me. I am more like you, more like humans than you can understand. And he's saying this, like how everything is from Creator. So he is from Creator, the same Creator, universe, God, spirit, source, whatever word you choose personally. He's saying we're all from that same Creator. Okay, so he had to say that. Okay, I love what you guys are going to be picking up on to share in this video. Okay, so he's saying now to answer the most important question, how does one go about preparing for direct in-person contact with an ET person? So he's saying it's about frequency. First thing I'm picking up. Frequency. Okay, so it's just about frequencies matching. And yes, Gan-Thra, I totally understand that from all the work we've done over the last 2.5 years. The frequencies have to match. Okay, so he's showing, gosh, okay. If this goes over 30 minutes, that's okay. It's our first one. We're going to figure out and iterate because I really feel what he's saying and it's important. Or I could chop it up later to make 30 minutes, whatever. Or like split it into multiple. So where is he going with this? Okay, so he's wanting to explain for humans how frequency works. So he's saying what you experience in your, and he's saying, quote, physical reality, because as we know, everything is made of energy. So the things that look physical are actually just vibrating particles, vibrating, so fast that they look physical, they look solid, we can touch it. But it's made of energy. It's made of particles, atoms. And so he's saying, okay, so he's saying he's saying, look around you. Everything you see in your physical reality is vibrating in a frequency that is coherent with your frequency. So your frequency. And he's saying you can only perceive in your physical experience. And he's saying we all want to have things in the physical. He's saying even them. He's saying it's one thing to meditate or to have a dream of something. We are physical embodied beings and we all want to experience things in the physical. So whether it's wealth or a good body or a partner or success, like we want them. We want to be able to taste, touch, feel, smell, like we want them in the physical. And he's saying how this reality works. He's saying both at the vibration where humans have been, the vibration that humans are entering into, this higher frequency, the vibration, which is where these galactics are. Then there are galactics at higher. He's saying it's a universal law that only things that match the frequency that you're at can come into your experience. He's like, how can it be any way else? How can it physically be any way else? That the things have to match the frequency. He's saying in different dimensions, which for now I'm just going to give it's like a very intro definition, is like let's say a spectrum of frequency. So say frequency goes from 0 to 100, a dimension could be 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, etc. Totally rudimentary understanding. However, so he's saying in these different dimensions, I think we'll have to define some vocabulary better as these evolve, but he's saying the laws of the universe act a little different in different ones. So he's saying, for example, time is different. He's saying gravity, needing different oxygen for the beings. Oh God, it's so confusing. He's saying like the flexibility of space, like space being more flexible, so teleportation. He's saying manifestation. So manifesting, he's saying, is bringing something physical you want. So thinking of something physical and then being able to hold it, see it, touch it, taste it, smell it. So manifestation of things, whether it's an object or an experience or a person, whatever, though that's different. So things are different. He's saying, however, there are universal principles, God's sources, principles across all of them. And he's saying the number one that's across the board, no matter where you are, is that thing you can only have in your physicality, what you're experiencing. Even if you're a lower density physical, maybe a mid density physical or higher density physical, right? Depending on your frequency. because there are different densities of physical. When I mean physical is we have bodies. You have to match the frequency. Okay. So he's saying if you want to have contact with any ETs, that's a goal. He's saying it's a goal of yours. The goal is to match the frequency of where those beings are. So that's a simple answer. Okay, Gan-Thra, thank you for your answer. I feel him stepping back because that was a lot. He could go into more detail about how to do that or what that means. If you guys have questions and want Gan-Thra to continue in another video to explain that, so maybe how do we adjust our frequency or how can we do that to match a specific ET group, whatever, let me know. Please, these conversations are going to move forward with your guys' questions. So if you want to know that or anything from Gan-Thra, drop it below, please. I want this to be helpful for you guys. We're opening up a conversation. Okay, this is for you all. So that's awesome answer, Gan-Thra. Awesome answer. I love it. Frequency. Okay, guys. So we're coming up, I'm telling them, on about 6 minutes. However, I don't want to cut you guys short. I'll just say we can go over a little bit if we need to. We'll figure out the whole flow of how to make these 30 minutes in the future. God, there's so much content to cover. So exciting. Okay, so next we are meeting Cox. I hear him saying, I'll keep it shorter. He's saying like as verbose as Gan-Thra. He's kind of teasing a little bit. Cox is way more chill and human-like. So Cox is one of what I would say Gan-Thra students. He's learning from Gan-Thra on this project, this first contact project. So he's much younger. He's in the medical field. He also is he's really interested in studying humans, specifically human women, because of many things. I don't want to get it wrong, Cox. Yeah, he stopped me. But from the medical and psychological perspective, I hear him saying he'd be happy to share more about his work. Yeah, he's kind of joking. He's like, I don't want to sound creepy. I'm interested in human women. Like, no, he's not officially a doctor or a technician yet because he's still like young and learning and studying. But he is in the medical field. I'll say that. I'll also say he does phenomenal energy healings on me. He talks to me all the time, gives me phenomenal advice. And he has more kind of human-like emotions than Gan-Thra, so he really fits in well with like me when I'm channeling, is very down to earth. He'll kind of be like, hey, what's up? So I feel very comfortable talking to him. Okay, guys, let's not hurry. Let's not hurry the timing today. So Cox, he's just saying, Lauren, you hit the nail on the head with the introduction. He's like, kind of like I introduced him for him. So that was a good kind of short introduction. So he's like, I'll get to answering the question. So he's saying to set the intention to be ready for contact, for physical contact. Set the intention. He's kind of like, I could explain more, but so I'll just say, obviously I know why he's saying this because it's true, but this is also something I've learned in our contact work together, developing this system. It's something that I have seen that I was not quite aware of to this extent, but I have been learning about the power of intention. Okay, power of intention, because we are the creator, right? Creator is inside of us, and one thing we're really stepping into as humans in higher frequencies is that our intentions can manifest much more quickly. So back to what Gan-Thra was saying about things coming into the physical more quickly. When we set an intention, it's bound to happen. It has to happen. Okay? Unless it's not for us or it's not on our path. If it would throw us off or distract us, then like universe will cock block it. Nope. If it is for our expansion and our growth and is on our path. If you set the intention, it has to happen. Now, it may take time. A lot of times it will take time. Some things will be quick. Some things might take months or years or decades. Some of you guys have probably been working on contact for years, for decades. So anyway, he's just saying kind of that's his quick answer is to set the intention to have a contact. Great answer, Cox. Thank you. Bravo. I do have a picture of him. I posted it on my Instagram. At some point in this Tier 2 Star Seeker, I will be posting that picture again, and I can give a little bit more of an introduction on him, and he'll be back. We'll be meeting him more and learning more from Cox. Okay, so to close off today's segment, we're going to go to Danyu. Danyu is the youngest on this team. So he's also studying and training with Gan-Thra. When we started working on this in 2023, he was like a 14-year-old on Earth. So very young, very playful, very silly, had a high voice. Now he's a young man. He's like 16, 17, 18, like ish. Like I'm just approximating in Earth years. But he's grown his hair out. A lot of galactic men have longer hair. Although Gan-Thra and Cox do not. But it's very stylish and popular for galactic men. Kind of look kind of cute, have kind of long hair. Because they understand the power of our hair. That I think I don't even understand. But a lot of spiritual traditions have had long hair. They're significant and there's power and there's energy in our hair. So he has longer hair now and his voice just dropped. Like this is like a couple months ago. Like it's funny. So Danyu. I just adore him. He's so sweet. There's just some sort of resonance with us. He calls me Earth Mom. He is a total sweetie. In the beginning of our contact work, he would just kind of sit back and watch and observe, right? He was there with Gan-Thra and his team. And he has been stepping up and taking more of a role with contact. So he wants to introduce himself a little bit. He says, "Thanks, Earth Mom." Yeah, he's so sweet. He's a little nervous, a little shy. Sweet. It's okay, Danyu. He likes to go by the nickname Ship Rock. So he's on the ship, Rock Earth. Oh, he's really shy. He feels like it's his debut to Earth humans and that his future wife might be watching this. And I've seen that Danyu, I had known Danyu was planning to come to Earth and live his life here. And I had seen recently that he's going to have an Earth partner. It's not me. Big age difference. But he's coming here to live, which is really fucking awesome. So he feels kind of shy about his debut. It's okay. Just be yourself, Danyu. Okay, he's kind of smiling. He just joked to like put on a backwards hat. They're all trying to study how to be more human and be more approachable. And I feel he's feeling the shyness and the pressure now because he's coming to live here. As contact opens up and that becomes possible. It's not possible in this moment. Yeah, he's kind of like, I want humans to like me. It's okay, Danyu. We love you. You're so lovable and so likable. You don't have to be self-conscious. You don't have to give a perfect answer. Why don't you just tell them a little bit about why you're coming to live on Earth? What do you like about humans? And then you can answer the question. He's like, okay, it sounds good. He's like, humans are so cool. He's like, they're unlike anyone else. There's so much richness and culture in music and diversity. Humans have look really fun. There's joy. So I'm getting the sense like a lot of galactics, so they do live in a higher frequency and there is love and joy, but also with, I know it's different. I don't know how to explain it. There's humans, we're so different. Like we have parties, we have celebrations, we have birthday, we have Christmas, we go to clubs, like we celebrate things. We're very emotional and animated and we like love intensely. We have intense emotion, like we're crazy in a way that's not like at all in the cosmos. He's like, exactly. Um, he says, there's just a resonance inside of me that feels like I am supposed to be here, that I belong here. You too, Don. You? I love that. I'm so excited. He's saying I'll say more about myself at another time. So to answer the question, so he's saying self-love. So he's saying, he's like, I think the answer to anything you want is self-love. And you feel that source or God's love is inside of you and you feel it. And then you radiate it out into whatever you do. And then it helps people around you, the plants, the animals, the environment, the energy, the earth, the frequencies, the field. You radiate it out and then you're so full and sustained of your own self-love that it's really all you need. And he says, and then to tie it back to frequency and Gan-Thra, then you're just radiating the most powerful frequency, which is love. And he's like, well, what more could you need than love, the frequency? And then everything comes to you. And he's saying, then it's not even a matter of if it's a galactic or a hamburger or whatever it is. You're just so peaceful inside yourself, so full, just so full that you no longer need contact. You don't need something or an ET or a person or anything outside of yourself. You're full with love. And he says, that's why I really love my Earth Mom, Lauren. Earth Mom is her capacity to love. He says most people don't know what she's been through, how hurt she's been, how hard it is for her to be here on Earth. She only shows people her love is her true essence. She has a huge, huge, huge heart and joy. And he says, I hope that my future wife is like Lauren. And this is one reason why I'm so attracted to Earth. Humans is their capacity for love, even and joy. When things are so hard, when they're so beaten down, he said, he's going to tell a story from, when was this? The fall? It was like the fall or winter. Was it winter? A few months ago, within the last several months. He said, I accidentally made Earth Mom cry. I felt so bad. But I was watching these construction workers on Earth as Lauren was driving by to get some food and they were doing construction. And I just wondered what it would be like to just try to get through a day, to just be trying to get through one day. And Earth Mom started crying because she realized how, with her nanny work, a lot of times she's just trying to get through the day to pay the bills. And it's so hard for her. And so humans have so much suffering. There's so much pain on the planet. And so they turn to music. They create things out of joy. They create beautiful things, food, the farms, what else? Celebrations. They alchemize their pain into more beauty and more expansion. And is that all? He's like, I'm really in awe of the people and their ability to transmute negativity into positivity, to have faith, to keep going, to have faith in God and the future. Going back to what Cox said about intention, but then how Lauren filled in with faith. You got to keep that faith going alive. Just like humans are really strong. And he says, I hope I can be that way. He's like, I have a lot to learn, but I also have my advanced abilities as a galactic. So he's just referring to like his galactics. They're super psychic, teleporting. Like he can totally fucking teleport here. All of their like computations they can do with their brains, all the technologies they have. So he's like, I'm gonna bring in the skills I have, and I really hope that I can learn to have, he's saying even like an ounce or a granule of, he's saying it's like the spirit of humans, but that I can grow that and bring in the abilities that I have that humans are just remembering that they do have. He's still kind of shy. He says, thanks, Earth Mom, for sharing my message. He's just saying, I hope that this reaches the right people. Just know we're all here to help and he says, me specifically, to enjoy, learn from humans how to have joy and parties and to build one's spirit, to build his spirit the way humans build their spirits. So it's very admirable. It's like, okay, that's all for now. So sorry we took a long time, Lauren. That's okay. We're going to learn how to time these as we go. Okay, bye guys. Whew. Okay. That was a lot. I'm glad I just did half. I liked being able to give them more time to fully answer. I didn't think it would take that long, but it did. Okay, so that wraps up this first video. In the next week's video, we're going to come back and there are 4 more galactics. Excuse me, I'm like a lot of energy through the throat chakra. 4 more galactics working on my team, and we're going to let them answer this question as well. Again, please ask questions below. That will stimulate more videos, more connection, more answers coming through for you guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to post this first one on YouTube for free. Please help support my channel. Please give this a like. Please subscribe. Please comment to help support this information and getting out so that we can fucking make contact with Galactics. The time is now. Okay, I love you guys. Mwah. Thank you for being here. I'm sending you all of my love. Okay,